question. What are some plants that are more sustainable that don't require a lot of inputs?
That's a great question. I work at the Arboretum doing plant conservation, so I work with a lot of native plants. So I like to think about using native plants in a garden. I think there are a lot of benefits to using native plants, especially thinking about Minnesota prairie plants. A sustainable garden to me is a garden that kind of takes care of itself. So you don't have to water it a whole lot, you don't have to use a lot of pesticides, there's not a lot of weeds that become an issue. It houses a lot of pollinators and feeds a lot of pollinators, attracts a lot of birds, kind of does it all. Minnesota prairie plants are fantastic for that. They're very deep rooted, so once they're established, pretty much never have to water that garden. Since they're native, they will seed in very readily. A lot of the plants that you can get for a prairie garden will flourish on their own. They'll seed in, and one of the neat things about a prairie garden too is that every year it looks a little bit different. A good sustainable garden will also kind of flower throughout the summer so that there's pollinators available. It has things like bunch grasses that are very lovely. They're maybe counterintuitive for thinking about a garden, but they're great for pollinators in that they house pollinators. A lot of pollinators need those bunch grasses to overwinter for protection and shelter from predators. Think about legumes too, things like prairie clovers and lead plants. Lead plant is a really great plant. Those feed the soil, so they're helping the plants around them as well. And asters, composite type plants, are great plants for a sustainable garden as well because they flower at various parts of the year. And if you leave them up in the winter, they are fantastic seed sources for birds. I think some of the great things about a native garden are that they're beautiful all year round. They stick around for a really long time. They love where they live, so they'll keep putting themselves back out there. And they're great for other things too, not just the flowers, not just the grasses, but all the other plants and animals that love those kinds of locations.
Ask the Arboretum Experts has been brought to you by the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum in Chaska, dedicated to welcoming, informing, and inspiring all through outstanding displays, protected natural areas, horticultural research, and education.